Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down. HOU, he'll look to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The Browns at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here. Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early to have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Throwing here, HOU. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's able to skip away from that first defender on his way to a pickup of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Stroud. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Houston. Mecole Hardman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move. To the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the... That's into a crowd and intercepted. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that,
and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Mecole Hardman. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Faking the handoff. Howell.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side.
And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Browns are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And he's going to have a Browns first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now they go play action with Howell.
He'll buy some time right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Off play action. It's Howell.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Howell down to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Howell.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Sam Howell
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Browns have got it back to within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
We look at this Browns defense.
And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently second best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
3rd and 4. Here's Stroud.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
All right.
Throwing now is Stroud.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and bricked the play up.
Stroud looking to throw.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd.
Stroud off the play fake.
20!
That is caught.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Mecole Hardman
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. HOU out of the shotgun. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
On second down, they'll run it here. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Back to throw, HOU. Buying time to his left. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. From the gun, they'll try to run it. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. HOU from the gun. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 13-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now HOU. Forced out to his left. Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late. It's Reeves, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He finds his man, complete. That's Reeves. Good strength, gets him a little extra and gets them some breathing room as he's tackled shy of the 10. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Stroud to throw it. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And how about the big boy, the D tackle there, feasting on the O-line, getting his squad 2 points.
The glory guys are the defensive ends and the outside linebackers. They create the pressure from the edge, but those big fellas inside that can collapse a pocket, sometimes they get rewarded too.
Extra round at the post-game buffet. The Browns drive about to get started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
Here's HOU. Flush to his right. And he comes back with one complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. And HOU will throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw. HOU. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Back to throw. HOU escaping the pressure right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Sam Howell. As the first half is winding down, and the Browns are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that will get him one closer. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Eluding the pressure right. He finds his man complete. It's Reeves. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Up the middle they go. Reeves. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half,
good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Now Stroud.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
Hey, one more. All right, Tony.
And Stroud now to throw.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's pulled in at the 32. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Let's go now. Nike 18. Go.
Powell completing the quick throw out wide.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Third down and 13.
Looking to throw. Howell going for the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at the 20. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag, punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud.
That's caught left side by Hardman. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
65 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Quick throw by Stroud, complete out wide.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll roll him out right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Boy, that was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. That was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
Third and goal, Stroud. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
Fairbairn able to put this one through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Texans are going to take over at their own 41. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. He finds his man, complete. It's Reeves. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. Back to throw. Stroud. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for fourth down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And that will force a turnover on downs. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll go play action. Howell
sliding out of the pocket. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. HOU, he'll look to throw it. Flushed out right. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Throwing here, HOU. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. McPherson's kick is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. 91 yards on the ground for him now, as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Stroud out of the gun here. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're going to have another first down, as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 15-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Stroud. He finds his man, complete. That's Reeves. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Stroud. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
All right.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And as this drive began, the offense had to be thinking touchdown, knowing the situation. Even after that loss, touchdown still on their minds. This is a one-possession game. A field goal doesn't do them a whole lot of good.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
They'll bring a tight end in motion. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Texans are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Now the defense, they get to HOU. He'll go down here. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Here we go. Here we go.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He sets to fire deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Trap 60. Let's go now.
HOU down to throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's Baker. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And once more, HOU back to the air. Flush to his right. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Now 1st and goal. HOU to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's HOU. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
70. Warriors 70.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They wanted to throw for it. A surprise does not work on 4th and goal from the 1. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Now a first carry here for their running back. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.